from NIT Surathkal, and later on in Bangalore, also the colleges like RV and Peset. Prabhu is rendering his, you can say, the immense and invaluable service to humanity by enlightening all of us. Even when we, the people who are doing job, the youngsters, when we came to Bangalore, actually, Prabhu takes care of us, helps us in maintaining our spiritual life and the balance in our profession as well. So Prabhu's association is always very, very enlightening and helpful. Then even in the COVID times, actually, it was Prabhu's idea and the initiative in Bangalore that we start some kind of online preaching. Then Gita sessions were held, and like many married people attended. It was a great success. Many people got benefited. And then by Prabhu's inspiration, we started this IAC, and we are getting a very enthusiastic response from all of you. So I'm very grateful that Prabhuji have come, and I request him to begin with his presentation today. And I request all of you to be attentive and take full benefit of his association. It is, yeah. So actually, all of us can speak, but when a person who is dedicated to study Bhagavad Gita and practice it in his daily routine, as a commitment to hear from him is very potent, as well as the realizations can really help us to mature our understandings also.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So it's my great pleasure to be here amongst all of you today on this Sunday after, morning. And I'm sorry, last week I just had to cancel the session because of my health was not good. But this week we're going to discuss something special about chanting Hare Krishna. So all of you have been introduced to chanting. So would anyone like to speak about your experience with chanting till now? We have introduced about chanting Hare Krishna in the last session of the previous series, the Yoga for Modern Age, in the Kala section of the of our last session. And so how many of you tried chanting on your own or through the sessions? Anyone like to give their feedback or raise of hands about your chanting or any chat message? Are you chanting? Or you have, how many times you chanted before? Some comments from any one of you? Yes, so Dheeraj Kaushik, okay, you're chanting. So how are you feeling about chanting? Great, okay, thank you. There's Gyanu Chandri, he's also chanting from many weeks. Okay, anyone like to say about chanting experience? That you're chanting Hare Krishna, it has helped in your life, or some experience you have with chanting? Just write in the chat, or maybe you want to speak. Anyone?
Hello.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Dhiraji, please.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
I
Please.
would like to mention one point. Initially, when I started chanting, I was not able to concentrate a bit, but later on, my concentration gradually improved, and now this is a stage. Then, when I start chanting, I feel there is a kind of a cooling in and gripping inside my head, and that takes place, and the thoughts, most of the thoughts, they are all mostly they go away, and nothing seems to be coming into my mind when I'm chanting. And this is a very you can say pleasant kind of a feeling which cannot be expressed. I may not be able to express that feeling in a proper manner, but what I feel is that I get uh, a very cool head, and like as if my veins or my head is getting constricted. Is it okay with this thing?
Yes, yes. So initially there will be some thoughts, and afterwards you will feel a great peace in your
Yes, yes.
mind about chanting. And it has been a proven research which we'll see today, that how chanting overcomes stress and depression. And as you keep on chanting, you will see much more changes. you will feel some a kind of superior happiness. It's just a matter of keep chanting. Thank you very much, Dheeraj.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, then anyone more like to? Okay, here we have Urvesh. It feels fresh and glad to chant Hare Krishna. Urvesh, would you like to speak something about chanting? Okay, or anyone else would like to speak or share some points about chanting Hare Krishna, which, or even you're facing any difficulty also, you can share that. This is open. Okay, so we begin our okay, so we'll begin our session with small prayers, and then we'll talk about chanting. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnanam Jana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Yena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashandeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so in chanting, see there are 4 ages. First is Satya Yuga, second is Treta Yuga, third is Dwapar Yuga, and now our 4th age is going Kali Yuga. So Satya Yuga is a golden age, Treta Yuga silver age, and Dwapar Yuga bronze, and Kali is an iron age. In Satya Yuga, everybody had a pure heart. Whatever they will speak with purity, truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, and all these things were very much followed. In Treta Yuga, it decreased. People aspire to be pure. They were struggling to be pure. They were trying to apply the teachings of the scriptures. Then in Dwapar Yuga, the people, they were inquisitive to know, okay, there is some religion, to know some Gita course. And in Kali Yuga, people are fit. There are problems everywhere. So much cheating, so much lying, so much, terror, so many diseases. That's a problem with Kali Yuga. So I'll tell you one story which happened, one incident which happened before Kali Yuga and after Kali Yuga and how it changed. So one time, one farmer gave his land to the another farmer, sold that land. While the other farmer was digging the land, whom the land was sold to, he found some golden coins. And this farmer told that, okay, I found this golden coins, but because I purchased the land from you, so this golden coins belong to you, to the previous farmer. And they were saying that this belonged to you. And the previous farmer said, no, 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 I've anyway sold the land to you, and these gold coins are found in the land, so you take it. So they were fighting that you take, you take. And finally they went to the king that it belongs to him, it belongs to him. So like that, the fight was there. And when they went to the king said, and they said, king, you keep in your treasury only better. The king said, already I have so much wealth, better you divide half between both of you, right? So this was before Kali Yuga started. Now after Kali Yuga started, what happened? The same incident happened. One farmer sold the land to the another farmer, and this farmer, while digging, found the gold coins. Now this farmer, his wife told, you should, before the previous farmer come to know, you should hide this gold coins and use it. But somehow the previous farmer came to know that he has found gold coins in my land, and he started fighting. You give the gold coins, right? Because it is found in my land. He said, you have already sold the land. Now gold coins belongs to me. and he took those gold coins, and both of them fighting went to the king. And the king said, see, all land belonged to the government, to the king. So you found that property in the kingdom, so you give to me. And the king kept both all the gold coins with him. So after Kali Yuga, so much greed increase. But it is said, though there are so many difficulties in this age of Kali, so much lying propaganda is there, but one good quality is there. You know what? Kale dhosho nidhi rajan asti eko mahan guna. Krishnad ev Krishnasya Kirtanad ev Krishnasya mukta sangasya jayate. Just by chanting the holy names of the Lord, all the ill effects of this Kali Yuga can be eradicated. Everywhere there is quarrel, there is hypocrisy, there is so much pretension, so many problems. But if people of Kali Yuga take to this chanting of the holy names of the Lord, that can bring a great change in the whole society, right? So this is the benefit of chanting of the holy names of the Lord, or even hearing about the glories of the holy name of the Lord. So now we will see that how Abhishek, can you give a screen share permission?
It's already given.
Okay. So today we begin our session here. Yes. Scientific benefits of chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So there was a research done by Dr. David B. Wolf. He is a PhD, a founder of Satvato Institute. So he is chanting from 80s, and he has done this research in 1998 around effects on stress, depression, and the three gunas of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So he's written a thesis. So in his thesis, he took a group of 31 males and 31 females. So total of 62 members. He divided it into three groups. And the three groups, first group is of Mahamantra group, having 24 people, alternate mantra group, 19 people, and a control group. So what's a Mahamantra group? So 24 people were given that every day for 25 minutes chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then the second group, they concocted some mantra, which is not even the part of the Vedas, and they give to the second group, alternate mantra group. But this mantra group, people, they thought there is some very Vedic mantra we have got, but it was a concocted mantra. It looked like a Vedic mantra, but a concocted mantra. It's called alternate mantra group. And control group was without any meditation, without any mantra, right? So now they did an experiment. So they had three things to measure: stress, depression, modes of nature. So stress they measure with index of clinical stress. This some unit defined of stress. Then depression they measure generalized contentment scale. And modes of nature, there's a psychometric test. There are 50 questions. If you also want to give this test, there is a link. This is a link here, vedicpersonality.org. You can go there and give a link, and you can come to know how much you are in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Rajas, Sattva, Tamas. So we have already seen the three modes, how they define our personality. So he did a research based upon that. So this was a scores. So this was stress scores by group at pre-test and post-test. I'm not put the follow-up reading. So this is the readings he has got it. There's a research paper available in the website still. If anybody is interested, this research paper is available in the website. So what he had found that the Mahamantra group mean ICS score of average score, first it was 33.43 pre-test, means before they started. But after they started the post-test, the stress decreased by 22.11. Whereas for the alternate group and control group, the stress increased. You see, 36 became 40, but here 33 became 22. So the results, finally what the results they got is this, the result summary. So decrease in stress for the Mahamantra group, those who were chanting Mahamantra, was 11.32. Whereas for the alternate mantra group, the stress increase and the control group. In depression, there was a significant decrease in depression, that 8.27 decrease in depression, whereas for the alternate mantra group and the control group, it was very less. And increase in sattva. So their sattva increase, those people who are chanting Mahamantra for 25 minutes daily, right? And for others who were not chanting the Mahamantra daily, their stress decrease. Their sattva decrease, means their goodness level, it decrease. Okay. Now a question comes, why do we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Is it given in the scriptures? We have talked about the scriptures. Yes. It's given Kali Santran Upanishad. There's a talk between Brahmaji and Narad Muni. Narad Muni is saying, in the age of Kali, there is so many difficulties, so many problems. What is the solution? And Brahmaji says, chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So chant this mantra. So this mantra, one syllable, like Hare is called one syllable, Krishna, one syllable. So there are total 16 syllables in this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So therefore Brahma is saying, Iti Sodashakam Namna. This mantra has Shodash Nam, 16 digits or 16 syllables. Kali Kalmasha Nashanam. It removes all the faults of the age of Kali. Nata Paratara Upaya. Sarva Vedeshu Dishyate. It gives the essence of all the Vedas. There is no better mantra than this in all of the Vedas. And this is given in Kali Santran Upanishad, how in Kali Yuga the people can be delivered just by chanting the 16 syllable Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Right? So it's coming in Parampara. Now the second thing we want to understand the meaning of the Mahamantra. The prayer of the Mahamantra, see Mahamantra, any mantra we chant, we should know its meaning, right? So we are given a mantra, why we are chanting this mantra, there should be some reason for it. So our prayer of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra means addressing Radha and Krishna for being engaged in this service. Hare Krishna means Hare or Radha Rani or supreme devotee of Lord Krishna or supremely attractive or Radha Raman Ram. So so if you see the like in childhood, if we have made a mistake, whom will approach, father or mother, right? If in our childhood, if we made a mistake, whom do we approach, mother or father? Generally mother. I remember my mother will forgive me, for any mistakes done, because mother has natural love. So same way you see, Lord Vishnu will not be worshipped directly. In the sense, Lord Vishnu, Lakshmi, Narayan, Sita, Ram, Radha, Krishna. So we approach the Lord with his Antaranga Shakti, with his female counterpart. Like you see Shrimati Radharani, she is the emblem of devotion, emblem of love. She's always holding a lotus flower. So we always chant the name of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna, not directly, but through her Antaranga Shakti, internal potency. So by which we access the grace of the Lord. So when you're chanting Hare, so Hare refers to Shrimati Radharani, to Radha, to get the mercy of her to approach Lord Krishna. Same way you see Lakshmi Narayan. So why Lakshmi? Lakshmi is mother. So Mother Lakshmi, she gives blessing to save us, because mother generally overlook the offenses. Mother generally overlook, whatever mistakes we have done. So we approach through the Lord's energy. Now on the other hand, you see Durga Devi. Durga Devi is holding a Trishul. So three tam. So whatever you see, Adi Devic, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Atmic kleshas, the three kleshas, the klesha due to body and mind, klesha due to other living entities, klesha due to natural calamities or diseases, what is coming through Durga. So Durga is one, she punishes the living entities. But Shrimati Radharani Lakshmi, they're the Antaranga Shakti, they give mercy to the living entities. So we are approaching the Lord through his Antaranga Shakti and asking to be engaged in the service of the Lord, to submit before the Lord. And when we do it, all our sufferings are taken away. And that's the meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Oh, energy of the Lord, please engage me in Lord's service. So just like a mother takes a child, cleans a child and present before the Father, the same way we approach Srimati Radharani to be engaged in service of Lord Krishna. Now, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the great deliverer of mind. So, any mantra, it has a power that it delivers our mind. The very meaning of the word mantra means that which liberates or delivers the mind from all evils. See, like you see in this world, so many negativities come. But if you're chanting Hare Krishna, you can say like this. You see this person, negativity, anxiety, bad vibes, all, he's just kicking it out. So if you chant Hare Krishna every day, whatever negativities we have to deal or negative situations we have to deal, easily we can say goodbye. And our life will have all positivity. Like it cleanses our mind, it delivers the mind. See, mind has so many anxieties, so many difficulties, but what the computer does, now let's understand this analogy between computer and human body. You see here, a human being is there and a computer is there. So just like, if we compare our body and hardware of a computer, the software is compared to our mind, right? If the hardware is compared to our body and computers compared to human being, then the software is compared to our mind. So just like you see software get viruses, the same way our mind also has many viruses. So when a computer gets virus, when if your laptop has a virus, or if your smartphone has a virus, what happens? It starts functioning slow and it behaves unpredictably. So because we have viruses in our mind of lust, anger, greed, so it behaves abnormally what it should. So just like we have an antivirus program to remove the viruses from the software, right? We have antivirus program, same way to clean our mind, chanting Hare Krishna, the holy name of the Lord, it removes the antivirus. It's like antivirus program which removes the virus from our mind. So any thoughts of anger, thoughts of lust, thoughts of distraction, all that goes away when you start chanting. It purifies the mind. Cheto darpan marjanam bhava mahadava agni nirvapanam. Many times we take more anxiety than what the problem is. Like I'll tell you, for example, one incident happened. One person told me something, and then I start thinking, what he told me, does he mean like this? Does he mean like this? Does he mean like that? And because of thinking that, I was unnecessarily taking anxiety. Then I thought, okay, let me not take anxiety. Let me chant Hare Krishna and pray to the Lord, whatever Lord you wishes, to me learn from this situation. And after I did that, all anxiety went away. So unnecessarily we take anxieties due to interactions, due to relationships, due to losses, too much thinking about problem. So when you chant Hare Krishna, it removes those anxieties, it removes those negativities from our mind. So we generally have four types of thoughts, right? Useless thoughts. We are thinking, kuch something negative about others, people, or just not of any worth. Then routine thoughts. Okay, I have to do brushing, bathing, cleaning. That is routine thoughts. The negative thoughts, unnecessarily thinking bad about others or what other people think about me, anger. This all thoughts goes in our mind. And then the positive thoughts. So what does the chanting does? It lets the routine thoughts as it is, but it wipes out the negative and useless thoughts. Even if we analyze a day, sometimes we ask a question, if what about chanting Hare Krishna every day? And many of us will say, oh, our life is so busy, we don't have a time. But just think about, write down the thoughts which we have. So much time we waste every day in useless and routine thoughts, in useless and negative thoughts. So much time we waste. But what happens when you start chanting? Even you give 10 minutes, which takes a time for chanting one round, means 108 Mahamantras. So if you take the time of chanting 108 Mahamantras, what happens? We replace a lot of negative and useless thoughts in our mind. Now, previously, if we would be thinking 1 hour negative thinking, 1 hour useless thought, and if we chant 10 minutes Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it will help us a lot to bring that positivity inside our life and to remove negativity and useless thoughts. So whatever time you give for chanting Hare Krishna is never lost. And therefore chanting Hare Krishna is the best investment in our life, right? So our mind will also blossom. Like you see this flower is blossoming. And what happens by chanting? I'll tell you a story of Megari. Have you heard the story of Megari? Have you heard the story of Megari? Okay. So Megari was a hunter. So once Narada was passing by and he saw this hunter Megari. It's near Prayagraj. You see what was Allahabad before? The Prayagraj. So there this, and this is ancient story of Megari. So this Megari was cutting the animals half killed. So when Narad Muni saw there was a rabbit crying in pain, then there was a bear crying in pain. All are half cut. Then Narad Muni felt a compassion upon felt compassion upon these animals, and he went to Mirgari. And Mirgari paid obeisances, seeing the sand, though he was a cruel hunter. And immediately when Mirgari was seeing then Narada said, "Why are you killing these animals half killed? Why not you kill them full?" He said, "I've been taught by my father from childhood to kill all the animals like this. Why I should, I don't know how to do it." Then Narad Muni said, "Okay, you go and ask your family members, would they take the sin? Would they take the sin of killing all these animals, what you're getting?" So Milgari actually went to his family members and asked them, "See, I'm killing for your benefit. Would you suffer for the sins what I am getting for killing these animals?" And family member says, "No, you are killing. Why should we take the sin? Why should we suffer for that?" And that opened the eyes of Milgari. And Melgari came back to Narad Muni, and that time Narad Muni showed that the animals Melgari had killed, the same animals going to torture Melgari, are going to take revenge to Melgari in future. He showed that. And after that, Melgari became very fearful and said, "Narad Muni, what should I do? I've done so many sinful activities, killing so many animals." And Narad Muni said, "You break your bow." And Melgari said, "But if I break my bow, if I don't kill animals, how will I subsist on? How will I maintain my living? How will I maintain my family?" And Ananda said, "Don't worry, you chant the holy names of the Lord, and Lord will send prasadam for you. Lord will send." But Megari had a great faith on a saintly person like Narad Muni, so he broke the bow. And he along with his family started chanting Hare Krishna and went. And the whole news went into the whole village that a cruel hunter like Nagari became a saintly person. So many people started visiting this Nagari, and whoever will come with a stock of grains, will come a stock of fruits. So much grains and fruits this Megari was getting that he has to do in charity, right? And like this, he had sufficient for his sustenance. After few months, again Narad Muni was coming with Parvat Muni, and they both came to meet this Melgari. So Narad Muni says, "I have a disciple here, let us go and meet." So both Narada and Parvat Muni were coming to meet Melgari, and that time Melgari was coming to meet them, but while on the way he saw ants going. He saw some of the ants going. So Melgari kept his Angavastra on the ants, because if you step on the ants will die. So he kept his Angavastra on the ants and then crossed the ants. And seeing that, Narad became very happy and said to Parvatmani, "See, this is the transformation happened in the devotee, right? Previously he was killing animals half killed, and now you see what is he doing? He's not wanting to even kill the ants." So when one chants Hare Krishna, the heart gets transformed. The heart transformation happens by chanting Hare Krishna. And this is story of the scriptures of many thousands of years before. But there have been recent stories. One, there was one great general, very cruel. They will go to villages, rape women, and massacre people. It was, I think, from the Russia, some Siberia, that place, and he was traveling. While he was traveling, just seeing in fear, everybody got up. as a one person who was reading Bhagavad Gita. And this general became agitated at seeing me. Nobody got up. No, this person does not get up. So he saw that he is reading Bhagavad Gita. He spilled his Bhagavad Gita and that. And Bhagavad Gita fell on the ground. But this devotee took Bhagavad Gita, started reading, and he had no tension on his face. And this asked, Are, I'm a great general, I'm doing like this, and you're not at all in tension. What are you reading? So he got inspired and he also took that Bhagavad Gita and started reading. Now, this general who was such a cruel person, he took that Bhagavad Gita and started reading. And after some years, he came to Hyderabad in our ISKCON temple in Hyderabad, and there were a lot of mosquitoes in the room. So the devotee came to put the mosquito repellent, by which the mosquitoes are killed. He said, "Hey, don't put mosquito repellent. Give me a mosquito net. Don't kill the mosquitoes." So even a person who will go and destroy the villages there, but when he started reading Bhagavad Gita, he became a non-violent man. He became completely harmless to all living entities. So if this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and this chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, if people do, it can have power to change the whole world, what to say in our own lives. Now, it is the best and easiest way to connect with the Supreme Lord, right? Now, you may say, okay, I'm not seeing God. How do I connect to Him? You have talked so much about God. How do I connect? Simple way. Just like if even you're here, but your father may be sitting 1,000 miles away in America, you can still call your father by dialing the American mobile number, right? 10-digit mobile number you can call anywhere in the world, or maybe 11, 12-digit number with the ISD code, right? In the same way, the God is available to us when we chant the 16-digit mantra. What is that 16-digit mobile number of God? Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when we are calling the holy names of the Lord, we are easily connected with the Lord, with the spiritual mobile. Just like a mobile helps us to connect with anybody whom we call. Same way, this chanting Hare Krishna help us is a 24 by 7 hotline to God. Right? So here you see the example of Kunti is given. So one time when Kunti was talking to Akrura, Krishna was not present. But Kunti, while recounting her distress, her situation is scared. Oh Krishna, oh Govinda, please help us. Help me in this situation. So much of distress in my life. Please help me, help me. And though Krishna was not present, but when Krishna met Kunti, Krishna told Kunti, I was hearing your prayers, O Kunti. And Kunti is speaking as if Krishna is personally present. In the same way, Draupadi, when Draupadi was in a great difficulty two times. First time when Dushasan was disrobing Draupadi, her sari. There was all the attempts Draupadi did to save herself. Nobody could protect Draupadi. And finally, Draupadi raised her arms and said, Oh Dwarka Vasin, hey Dwarkanath, hey Govinda, please protect me. And immediately Krishna came in the form of abundant sari to Draupadi and saved Draupadi. Another instance, when Durvasa Muni came with his 60,000 disciples to come and do feasting at the Pandavas. But by that time, they had Akshay Patra, but Draupadi had already eaten her lunch. And once Draupadi had eaten her lunch, then no food that Akshay Patra can give. That time, it was an emergency because Durvasa Muni would have cursed them if not feed them. And he has come not alone with 60,000 disciples. So then Draupadi called for Krishna. And Krishna was in Dwarka, and immediately Krishna came over there. So when you call the Lord, the holiness of the Lord is there. I'll give you some examples, recent examples. In 2008, 2009 around, when there were Taj attacks on Taj Hotel by the terrorists. So there was one devotee girl. She was also working in the Taj Hotel. And now she thought that my end time has come, the terrorists have come, now I'm going to die. So, but she was a devotee, she had her bead bag, and she took the bead bag, right, like this, and she under the table, she started chanting. She hid herself in a temple under the table, and she thought, "I'm going to die because terrorists will quit me." And she's chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. For hours together, she was chanting, and she saw nothing happen. And after 1 2 hours, she opened her eyes and she saw that actually police had come. So Krishna reciprocated to her, and her life was saved while chanting. So there have been many, many incidences where devotees. So one time there were our devotees in one farm. In that farm, one mad elephant came, and this devotees encountered the elephant. And now what do in front of that front elephant? And it is loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. They loudly started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then immediately one devotee remembered, oh, in childhood I received one training that animals can walk up but cannot walk down because they have a bulky body. So they started finding a terrain which was going down, and like that they started chanting, and they start going down. An elephant, the mad elephant, could not go behind them, and their life was saved. So like that, devotees counter many many incidences where they were in difficulties and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and they were saved because we can easily connect to the Supreme Lord by chanting His holy names. So how do we know that Lord Krishna hears our calls? So many examples I gave you about Draupadi. Then I gave you some examples about some devotees. And another example is of Gajendra. Gajendra was an elephant. And though the feet of Gajendra was in the mouth of crocodile, there was a fighting happening in water in this lake. What you're seeing in the photo between Gajendra and this crocodile. And Gajendra is calling. Gajendra is calling the Supreme Lord. He was in excruciating pain. And such a such, though he is an animal, he took a lotus flower to offer to the Lord. Actually, he was King Indiyum in his past life. Gajendra. But due to neglect of a sage, he was cursed to become an elephant. But in this difficult time, Gajendra remembered his last life. And immediately he remembered the prayers from last life and start calling the Lord, please come and save me. And immediately Lord Narayan came, cut the crocodile, and took Gajendra in a spiritual body back to Vaikuntha. So Gajendra attained moksha. So this is a proof that yes, Lord, hear any call from a sincere devotee when we call him from our heart through the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So when we are chanting every day this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we are calling to the Lord, we are connecting to the Lord. And whatever sessions we are learning, we are attending, this all theory, and our practice is chanting Hare Krishna. So when we do this practical, we can see a tangible effect. So initially there may be some difficulty in chanting, but as we keep on chanting, it will help us a lot. And millions of people are chanting around the planet Earth every day from many, many years together. And the more they chant, more they find their life becoming happier and better. Now, what are the practical benefits of chanting Hare Krishna? So, as we discussed, the antidote for Kali Yuga is chanting the holy names of the Lord. So, if you see this photo here in this photo, there are Vishnu Dutas and these are the Yamdutas. So, the story of Ajamila goes as follows. Ajamila was a very, actually, initially, he was like a Brahmana, very pious person worshipping Lord Narayan, but he got tempted by a prostitute. And because of being tempted by prostitute, he so while having while tempted by the prostitute, he fell into many bad habits. He started, he took away, he removed his parents from his home, his wife also, and brought the prostitute in. And he started, doing gambling. He started thievery. He started drinking liquor. So many problems. Now the time of his death came, but he has kept the name of his last son as Narayan, 10th son. And he would call Narayan, 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 beta Narayan come, Narayan come, Narayan come. A small child, a small child people show so much affection. So this Ajamila, at the time of death, the Yamdutas came to him. And that time, out of fear, he called Narayan. He was calling his son, but actually Vishnu Dutas came. Lord Vishnu sent the Vishnu Dutas for Ajamila, right? And that time Ajamila's life was saved. So in Kali Yuga, we all have done so many sinful activities. The result is horrible. But by chanting the holy names of the Lord, all sinful reactions are removed. All our punishments are forgiven, provided we don't do it again. And that's why we have four regulatory principles: no illicit sex, no meditating, no intoxication, and no gambling. Second, it cleanses the heart. So here we see the example of Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj had come to do tapasya. Come to do tapasya. Why? He had come to get a kingdom greater than the kingdom of his great grandfather Brahma and to take revenge from Suniti. But when Lord touched the head of Dhruva, the all beautiful verses started coming out from Dhruv Maharaj's mouth. And he said, Lord, I was looking for a broken pieces of glasses. I was looking for something material thing, but I got a spiritual form of yours, my Lord. So that his heart was clean. Then chanting the holy names controlled the senses. You saw Valmiki. Valmiki also was a hunter named Ratnakar, whom Narad Muni told to chant the name Ram Ram. He was not able to even chant Ram Ram. Narad Muni said chant Mara 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 Mara. So when you chant three times Mara, two times Ram come. Mara 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 Mara. So Ram Ram Ram, like this. So he started chanting Ram, and then he became so qualified that even he wrote Valmiki Ramayana. The he was a highway robber named Ratnakar. He was such a violent person. But by chanting the holy names, he became a very saintly person. Then bestows transcendental knowledge. So Arjuna, in the beginning of battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna was in difficulty. Arjuna was having tough time. Should I fight this war? Should I not fight this war? What happened? How can I fight the war with Bhishma and Drona? Right? That time, Lord Krishna gave the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Oh, Arjuna, you are not his body, your spirit soul. Even Bhishma and Drona, they are not his body, their spirit soul. And it's your duty as a Kshatriya to establish Dharma, because Bhishma and Drona are on the side of Adharma, or on the side of Duryodhana, who is a Adharmi. So it's your Dharma to kill. And because Lord Krishna bestowed the transcendental knowledge upon Arjuna, Arjuna was in stress, was completely in a grief stricken. But hearing the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita from Lord Krishna, Arjuna's all distress, it went away. So it bestows transcendental knowledge. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. And you see, the best form of repentance or atonement. Chanting Hare Krishna is the best form of repentance or atonement. So Ajamila, though he was getting carried by the by the Yamdutas to hell to suffer, but the Vishnudutas came to save Ajamila. Now Ajamila, after that, he repented. Oh, what a sinful life I live! I will not do this sin again. I will take benefit of chanting of the holy name. So he went to Haridwar, kept chanting the name Narayan, kept doing deity worship of the Lord. And after 10, 12 years, the same Vishnudutas came and took Ajamila back home, back to Vaikuntha. Right? So the best form of repentance or atonement. So if we chant Hare Krishna through the end of our life, we can also go to Vaikuntha. Now here faith in God increases by chanting Hare Krishna. So here is Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was called Namacharya. He would chant whole day. And one time, one person, Krishnadas this Ramchandra Khan, he became envious of Haridas Thakur and sent a prostitute to defame Haridas Thakur. And prostitute said, first I will enjoy Haridas, and then you can bring all public to show that what kind of cheater he is. So, but when a prostitute went, Haridas Thakur just said that my rounds are remaining. I won't attend you today. And eventually, the prostitute's heart changed and she became a devotee. So Haridas Thakur initiated that prostitute and she became a devotee and she started, you know, chanting Hare Krishna and preaching to others also Hare Krishna. And finally, the chanting bestows liberation, moksha. or prema. Prem pumarto mahan. Now the question comes, how to chant Hare Krishna with concentration? Right, so just a question came from one of the Matajis here of how to concentrate while chanting as mind had lots of thoughts while chanting. Yes, so any chanting meditation you do, we'll see our mind will fill with lot of thoughts whatever we are doing. But you know, the concentration means to steadily focus or to hold the mind on one form or object for a long time. So as we said that in Satyuga, the process was going to forest and meditate. In Treta Yuga, the process was doing various yagyas. In Dwapar Yuga, the process was, to do deity worship. And Kali Yuga, the process is to chant the holy names of the Lord. So now, how do we do this? Like, you see, when we are chanting, many thoughts will come. But if we focus on the sound vibration, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just focus on hearing the vibration. Or you can keep the Mahamantra and see the Mahamantra and chant. So when we see the Mahamantra and chant, we will see a focus coming. So many thoughts will come. Don't think of those thoughts. See, just like if you have a glass in which lot of dirt is there, a tumbler is there in which lot of dirt is there, and you start stirring it, what happens? All the dirt start coming on the surface. But the best thing is you take out the dirt and remove it. So in the same way, when you start chanting, it stirs our mind, and many thoughts will start coming on the surface. But what we have to do, don't think of the thoughts. Just keep on chanting. Keep on chanting the holy name. Think on the on the holy name. Concentrate on the holy name. What will happen? All these thoughts will go away, and what will remain is chanting the holy names of the Lord. And that way we can concentrate. So either you can have somewhere written Mahamantra, and while chanting, just see that Mahamantra, or while chanting, just focus on the sound vibration. Like we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and keep on chanting. And another secret is to the degree you increase the time of meditation. Like if you just do for 5 minutes, you see many thoughts are coming. But if you do for 10 minutes, you see the thoughts will decrease. You do for 20 minutes, you see further more thoughts will decrease. You do it for 30 more minutes, then you see the further more thoughts. So the more you do increase your chanting, more you increase the meditation, you will see the thoughts are getting pacified. Thoughts are getting reduced. So this is the secret to chant with concentration. Right? So what happens when you hold the mind on one form object for a long time, it gets fixed in the mind. It fixed in the ear. So especially the early morning hours, right? 5 to 7, that is something very important for chanting with concentration. Of course, there is no rule for chanting. Anytime we can chant, and anytime there are no rules, and even without taking a bath, one can chant. One can chant in train, one can chant anywhere. But to have effectivity of chanting, morning time 5 to 7 is a time in mode of goodness. And especially the time between 4:30 to 5:30 is a time in mode of pure goodness, Brahm Muhurat time, and that time if we chant, it has a great impact on our consciousness. Okay, now what should be the object of our concentration? So we see the concentration is impossible without something for the mind to grasp on or hold to. In deep concentration, the senses become still, one loses awareness of the body and his surroundings. Okay, before we go further, I think to take some questions. Or if questions are not there, we'll chant one round and then we will continue our session. So do any one of you have some questions about chanting? We'll take those questions and then we will further chant one round and then we'll further continue. So there's a question, can we chant some other shlokas other than Mahamantra like Vishnu Sahasrana? Yes, we can chant any name of Lord Narayan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. But if you see the if we see this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, because since it is coming in parampara and given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the father of Sankirtan. So when we chant, there's a great mercy of the Lord in this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And if you chant, you will find the great results by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which cannot be obtained by any other mantra. In fact, Lord Shiva says to Parvati, Ram Ram Sas Manorame, that chanting Vishnu Sahasna, 1,000 names of Vishnu, and chanting one name or three names of Ram is equivalent. So equivalent to three times chanting devotees. So Krishna is a name of the Lord, which is more about the personal feature of the Lord. And when you chant Krishna's name, you get more benefit. So by chanting Mahamantra, you will get more benefit than just by chanting Vishnu Sahasranaam. Okay. So how to avoid sleep while chanting? So generally sleep will not come, but sometimes it will happen after you started little prolonging. In any meditation, there is a phase called sleep, laya, where a person start feeling. So any meditation practitioner you go, these things will come. So what is the way for sleeping? No problem. Just concentrate. Just focus on the mantra. Just chant the mantra and you will see sleep will go away. Just by chanting the mantra. And be awake, sit erect. See, in chanting, there are two, three things. What? Position. What way we sit. So if we sit, it is like Padmasana, it's called. Many of us sages, they sit in this asana. So in which the body flow, the blood flow is very much good for the brain to concentrate. And that's why we sit in this Padmasana. Then pronunciation. One should make sure that what is chanting should not be very fast chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. It should be very proper pronunciation. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So each label should be there. And third is prayer. While chanting, one should pray from the heart. Oh Lord, please help me to concentrate on your holy name. Please reveal yourself to me. Oh Lord, I want to serve you. So in chanting, these three P's are very important: position, pronunciation, and prayers. So when we do these three things, it helps us to concentrate better. It helps us to be in a better frame of mind to approach chanting, right? Any other question? Any devotee, any person have? Okay. So now what is the result? What is the whole point of discussing so much about Hare Krishna chanting? Is that today we will chant one round. One round means 108 Maha Mantras, right? There's a question, can we chant in period of morning? Yes, you can always chant in any, because there is no rules and regulations for chanting. At any time you can chant. Even somebody has passed away at home, no problem. In fact, you see, when somebody passed away, what we do? When a person is going to say, "Na Ram Ram Satya hai," karke. So we chant the name of Lord Ram for the benefit of that person. So if we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, is always auspicious. All inauspiciousness went in our life when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So I would request all of you that we will chant this one round, 108 mantras. Abhishek, can you screen on the screen? Can you put the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra full? So, okay, I think it's there in my
Yes.
PPT. There. Okay, in the PPT is there. I'll put from the PPT. So here is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You can see, and we'll be chanting once. So I'll be counting. You can simply chant or count in your fingers 12 into 8 times, 3, 3, 3, 3, and so 12 into 9. So if we count like this, 108 times it becomes. And every day morning, if we can do it, it gives so much of relief, so much of benefits, this chanting. So, and before chanting this, we chant this Panchatattva mantra. Please just repeat after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda, Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. So now we'll chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I'm very thankful that you have been there throughout the chanting. So I hope you like this chanting. Initially, it may look little difficult focusing the mind, but don't worry. Keep on chanting. Then this chanting will look the sweetest thing for us in our life. Okay, any more question about chanting? Okay. Abhishek, till what time you're supposed to take?
If they have questions, we can continue. Otherwise, we will stop. Or they can fill the.
We'll stop there. Okay. So is there any?
The question portal is open for all. If anyone has any questions, you can unmute yourself and please ask.
So my sincere request is if you can keep on chanting every day, whatever number of mantras or rounds you are, it will actually very much help you. And this is, see, we have session only once in a week or once in 2 weeks, but if you keep chanting, you have the benefit of the sessions every day in your life. Okay, Gyan Chandri, is how many years to chant to get purified? It may take, 1 year time, depending on your intensity you chant. So to the intensity or focus we chant, calling for the Lord, to that degree we will get purified. So it may take 1 year, it may take 1 month, or it may take few years, a few decades, depends upon us. Okay, so thank you very much, all of you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Vijay Krishna Guruji, for a wonderful explanation of the chanting of holy name with very nice examples and the stories from Puranas. So we are expecting more and more sessions from you in future also. Thank you very much. So next session will be, mostly next session will be next Sunday only we'll be having it, because last Sunday we could not have it. So next Sunday is the next session. We will send more details on the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much for taking your time on this weekend. Please fill the quiz also. Quiz portal is open now.